I always look forward to this time of a morning on Tuesdays because we get to check out some local history. We do that, of course, with History Out There and Harold Peacock, who is on the line. Good morning, Harold.
Yes, good morning, Damo. I had a great weekend driving around Darling Downs and called into Allora. I had a great time there, the Allora Heritage Australia Day weekend.
Yeah, so obviously a lot of people celebrating, weren't there?
Oh, look, it was great, and so many great tractors there, and people just love it. And the steak burgers are there to kill for. You need to wash yourself down afterwards because there's a lot in it, but gee, they were good.
How many did you have?
One, it was a big one.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, fair enough. They had vintage cars there, veteran utes and bikes as well, many antiques. So it was a real historical day, wasn't it?
Oh, look, it was fantastic. And there was a fantastic collectible store there with a mystery object, which that's actually what got me going in today's story.
Oh.
Yeah, because I had to try and guess what the mystery object was. And I got totally wrong. I foolishly thought it was some sort of irrigation device. But Rhonda there, she explained to me it was actually an 1830s brass travelling quill kit. And it complete with an inkwell and a quill holders. It was just magic. It was just 200 years old. And it got me thinking, have quills ever featured in Allora history over the centuries?
Mm.
So, look, as far as I know, the answer is no. But I did come across a series of really strange robberies, and one of them didn't involve quills, but involved fountain pens.
Oh.
And these robberies start over a century ago, so I'll tell you about them.
All right.
Yeah, look, it was one night in 1923 when the Barnes & Company store at Allora got robbed. Now, Barnes & Company was a chain of department stores founded in Warwick in 1880 and quickly spread throughout southern Queensland. Anyway, on the night in 1923, the entire safe from the Allora store was stolen, and the crack investigator, Detective O'Driscoll, was put on the case.
Right.
Now, O'Driscoll's full name was Florence Michael O'Driscoll. However, Florence preferred to be called Mick.
Right.
But I'll be a bit more respectful and call him Detective O'Driscoll.
Okay.
Now, Detective O'Driscoll, he got a lucky break when he boarded the train going back to Toowoomba. Now, he was alerted to two suspicious characters who had got on the same train at Tilburra, just south of Allora. He found the men in a compartment, and they were in possession of a bag containing the very same money stolen from the Allora safe.
Oh.
Now, their names were John Roberts and Benjamin Metcalf, and they were only found out because two of them tried to board the train with one ticket.
Right.
So people, let that be a lesson. Buy your tickets at the station before getting on the train.
Exactly.
Or have your passes ready.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, both men, as a result of their ticket faux pas, they were convicted of breaking and entering at Allora. They were sentenced to 5 years imprisonment with hard labour. So it's pretty tough. But more than that, they were declared habitual criminals, which back then meant their jail terms were indefinite.
Wow.
Potentially they could never leave. Anyway, the two men, of course, appealed the sentence, but they lost the appeal. And upon hearing the news, the very next day, Metcalf, he made a daring escape from Bogger Road Jail in Brisbane. He used a rope ladder, which he'd made from wax thread, while he was working in the jail's cobbler's shop. He slung it across the prison walls and was able to get clean away. 5 warders were suspended and charged with negligence in the discharge of the duties as a result. So the Allora robbery had really big implications, made headlines. But then there was another robbery that happened at the very same Barnes & Company store at Allora 9 years later, one night in 1932. That's when about £2,000 worth of fountain pens, as well as pencils, blankets and boots and stuff, other clothing, were stolen. That's almost $1 million in today's money from little old Allora. Now, the burglars this time were Alan Jackson, alias Frederick Bilby, and John Talbot. They were both New Zealanders, boo New Zealanders. Sorry to the listeners there. But anyway, these guys are both New Zealanders with a lengthy list of convictions in both New South Wales and Queensland. And it's no wonder they were being caught, because for their Allora robbery, they used a stolen car, loaded it with the stolen goods, including the fountain pens, and left it parked in the Barnes & Company car park. So when they were later picked up by police, they were even wearing clothes from the robbery. So look, Damo, the businesses in the main street of Allora, they didn't, even though they're these really, you'd have to say, second-rate criminals who were operating in town, the businesses didn't seem to take the robbery seriously, because it wasn't long after the great fountain pen heist that an employee of the Howe Brothers Butcher Shop on Herbert Street, he felt underneath the tank stand for the key to open the shop one morning. He discovered the key was missing, and of course the iron safe inside the shop was gone. So please, people, don't leave your keys under the tank stand.
No.
So look, with burglars boarding trains without a ticket and then leaving their getaway car at the scene, you never know what history gets uncovered after a visit to the Allora Heritage Australia Day weekend.
And a good time.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I just want to thank Rhonda from Toowoomba for having such a great collectible store there over the weekend. I can't wait to come back next year.
Well, there you go. And, of course, if you've got a local history story you'd like to let Harold know about, all you got to do is email me at 4akbrecky@gmail.com. Let us know, and Harold will follow the story up. And this one will be actually posted on your website a little later this week.
That's right. On Friday morning, I'll post that. And there's a few pictures and stuff there of the characters involved. But the history in Allora. Look, the Heritage Group, and thank you for the Heritage Group for putting that weekend on. They do a great job each year.
Yeah.
But there's history out there, and if anyone's got any ideas or interests, or even if they had a strange robbery there, let us know, and I'll see what I can find out.
Fantastic, mate. HistoryOutThere.com. We'll look forward to catching up with you again next week.
See you then.
There we go. Harold Peacock taking us down the historical path.